What's your reaction when you hear stories of how people read 100 to 200 books a year? Do you get surprised, or do you accept it's achievable? It's forgivable if your first reaction was that it wasn't possible. I was also in denial. I never thought it was possible. I saw it as an arduous task. I told myself I could not do it. It's too hard a feat to achieve. My gift mindset held me back. 2 years after this initial thought, I have read well over 100 books. You might think this is a lot, but it's not many. Some people read more, think Warren Buffett. I will show you the practical steps that guided my approach and how I was able to achieve this feat. 1. Start with the subjects you like. It's tempting to be able to read any fiction or non-fiction book you find around you. That does sound like a good idea, but you might struggle. Why? Because not all these subjects will interest you. That your best friend likes reading books on politics does not mean you would too. Ask yourself which topics or subjects interest you. Use online tools like Quora to get top recommendations in that subject. You can ask a friend as well. Doing this will ensure you don't spend much time finding what's available. Go after books around this subject. One subject is adequate for a start. 2. Start small. You can't go from reading 0 pages a day to loading up 250 pages in one go. It is near impossible. Don't do this to yourself. Reading is an activity that should come naturally, it should not be forced. Start small. Take it one step at a time. Take on 5 pages a day, then slowly into 10 and 20 and maybe 30, depending on how comfortable you feel. I know you want to get right into it, but it won't help you much. Take it easy and go slow with yourself, especially if you are a starter. 3. Block some time to read. Some people want to read more, but they say there is no time. I tell them it's because it's not important to them. If something is important enough to you, you will do it, you will find the time to make it happen. The world we live in is on overdrive. Everyone seems so busy, and everything moves at 5 times the normal speed. Slow down and take control of your time. You don't need 12 hours a day. Start with 30 minutes each morning you wake up or just before going to bed. 4. Ditch the books you don't like. There is a notion that you should always complete what you start. Wrong. Not with books, at least. It will kill your energy and drive. After going a few pages, and you feel you are not feeling it or getting the vibes, drop the book and grab the next one. There is no shame in it. I have done it a few times. I'd instead retain my high energy levels and expend it on what I love, than struggle to finish a book because I must finish it. Don't be deceived. If you struggle with getting the initial concept in a book, drop it and move to the next one. Easy. 5. Surround yourself with the books you love. I got 10 new books the other day and put them on my study desk. My wife found them and thought my table looked messy with the books. She decided to relocate the books to a more decent space to declutter my workspace. She innocently took them and was on her way to the closet when I chased her down the hallway and requested to have them back. Why? My instincts knew I needed those books back on my desk, or that'd be the end. Which do you prefer? A fancy workspace or a workspace with books that will help you read more? You decide. You have to keep books in areas where you can easily find and reach them when you start. This act will help you launch straight into it whenever you are ready with little or no resistance. Imagine I had to walk a couple of meters, switch on a couple of lights at 6 a.m. to find a book to read. It's too hard. I'm unlikely to get out of bed. To make the most use of your time and reduce resistance, you have to ensure you keep books in areas where you can get them quickly with zero effort. 6. Use commute time. We underestimate how much time we spend commuting each day. It takes a person about an hour per day. That's a lot of travel time. But what do you do with this free time? Go on Instagram. Check your blog. See what's new on TikTok. Check your Twitter notifications. Refresh your email, repeat, until you arrive at your destination. You can do better. I like to have a book in my bag while commuting to work. Travel time is 30 minutes each day, giving me about an hour per day. This is enough time to read 20 to 30 pages daily and complete a book in 2 weeks or less. You are guaranteed to read at least 50 books a year if you use this simple strategy. Easy. Get on with a book instead of mindlessly scrolling through feeds bumped with ads. 7. Use book summaries effectively. Many people I've met don't want to risk spending too much time reading a book that will not benefit them. They don't want to waste their time. I get the idea. One way to test the waters: book summaries. With so many websites available to provide a 4 to 10 minute summary of a book, you won't have to go far before you get a taste of what's to come in the paperback copy. I have done this a few times for some books and found it helpful. Reading this summary gave me key insights into the lessons, enabling me to complete the whole book. Sometimes, I end up not reading the book after reading the summary because I wasn't interested. I agree that life is busy and we should spend our time wisely. Get on with Google search to taste what your new recommendation offers before diving into the main book. You have nothing to lose. 8. Switch book formats. Don't act like an old school, carrying a paperback everywhere you go. Shake things up a bit. Many reading options are available, from Kindle to audiobook, book summary apps, and many more. I have a nice Kindle which has paid its dividends, but it works great. It's comfortable, lightweight and easy to carry. I hold this whenever I am short of space and don't want to grab a hardcover. Kindle book versions are cheaper too. Try out a few options to see which one works best for you. You don't have to be stuck to paper books because everyone does it. I love hard copies but switch things around when it's impossible to have one. For example, I switch to audiobooks when I drive because I can't read. I do audios when I am engaged with some boring task or when I have to walk for 10 to 15 minutes to the train station. Try a few reading formats to find out which works best for you. Final thoughts. Reading books is not as hard as you think. You can attain any feat you want by making simple decisions that will make you more productive and increase your reading time. You are not too busy to read to become better. If it's important enough, you will create time to do it. No one gets past the regular 24-hour day. Start by finding books in areas of interest, seek recommendations from friends or online, and design your life and activities to allow you to spend your time more efficiently by taking control of your time and doing things you want to do.